Hello and welcome to another AM language video. This is a live lesson and thank you very much for joining me at 4 o'clock. I'm just going to share the video and we shall begin. I'll wait till a good number of us are here because I would first like to make I would like to make an announcement. Hello, Georgia. Good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you are well. And this is now shared. Great. So we can now begin. I hope you're doing well, Georgia. Alejandra says hi. Hi, Alejandra. Thank you so much for joining. I should begin the lesson by telling everyone. Evelina says hello. Victor says hello. Joseph says hello. Good afternoon, everyone. I'd just like to start this lesson by apologizing for the video not ending as normal yesterday. Unfortunately, I had a power cut just before the end of the lesson, which is why I did not end the lesson as I normally do. So apologies about that, and unfortunately the video from yesterday is lost, but never mind. And nonetheless, thank you very much for joining me today at 4 o'clock. Jorge says hi, Richard, and Jana also says hi. Hello, Jana, and welcome to the channel. Thank you very much for joining, and I hope you enjoy these lessons. So today, well, it's a glorious day. It's a glorious day, meaning it's a fantastic day. The sun is out. It's hot. Actually, today is really hot, to be honest. I think the weather is heating up in Malta. And it's certainly, I would say it's now beach weather. I think it's hot enough to go to the beach. I would say anyway. So welcome to the lesson today, guys. So today we are going to be looking at irregular verbs. Irregular verbs are annoying. Unlike regular verbs, irregular verbs, they can be difficult to remember. They always like to change. Some change a lot, some change a little. Elena says, good afternoon. Good afternoon, Elena. So the important thing to remember, guys, is you've got your first, second, and third form. Now, in some cases, you only have two forms. Well, you only have two ways of writing the verb. So if we take a verb like catch, that's in its present form, okay? Or what we can call first form, okay? We then can go with caught and, yes, oops, what did I write? Caught, which would be its second form, and this would be past simple. And then you've got caught again, and this would be its third form, and this would be its what we would call past participle, okay? So that is an important thing. So you have a word like catch and caught. There's only two ways of writing it. Then there's some words with three different forms, like take, okay? So you've got take, took, and then you have taken. So take is the present simple and the first form. Took is its past simple and second form of the verb. And then you have taken, and taken is the third form or the past participle. So we need to, when we learn a new verb, we need to know if it's regular or irregular. And if it's irregular, how many versions are there? Is it simply one, or could there be more? So this is why it can be a little bit difficult. And of course, the pronunciation changes as well. So in the present, we've got catch. In the past, we have caught. In the present, we have take. And in the past, we have took and taken as well. So what we'll start off by doing is seeing how many how many irregular verb forms you know. So what I'm going to do is, in the live chat area, I'm just going to write a word in the present form, and I would like you to tell me its past, well, the other two forms. So, for example, if I write, let's see, what would be a good one? If I write make, you guys would write made, made, and made. Okay? Because you've got make, made, made. So that would be an example. So let's begin. Let's see what you guys do. I'm going to write it. I'm going to go with the first word. We will start off nice and easy, and we will gradually make things a little bit more difficult. And if we come across a new word that you guys do not know how to use, I will give you some example sentences as well. So we'll start off with C. Let's see what you guys come out with. Georgia. Oh, wow, Georgia, that was very quick. See, saw, seen. Well done. Excellent. And exactly, that's exactly what we're doing, guys. Okay, we're off to a good start. Let's go with think. Think can be a little bit difficult. So what are the past versions of think? It's sometimes confused with the preposition, actually. It does happen sometimes. So let's see, what are the other two versions of think? Georgina says thought and thought. Good, well done. So that is already off to a good start. Would someone, let's see if anyone else would like to try and have a go. Ooh, okay, right. I've thought of the next one, which can be a little bit annoying. Yes. Okay. So Elena says think, thought, thought. Jana says thought and thought. Good, excellent. So we're off to a good start. Let's look at this one, bring. What are the past versions of bring? Ooh, go, went, gone. Go, went, gone is, okay, it's not related to bring, but yes, go, went, gone follows the sequence if the verb is go in the beginning. So we've got Georgia that says brought, Leondina di Florio. Brought and brought. Thank you very much, and welcome to the channel. And Jana brought. Good. Okay, guys, we're off to a decent start here. Let's make this. What shall we go with? Okay, what about this one? Cut. As in, I cut myself. What do you guys think? What are the three forms of cut? So you cut with a knife. Okay, Georgia thinks it's just cut and cut. Okay, guys, maybe there's no difference. Maybe you think there's no difference. So Jana agrees. Leondina agrees as well. Yes, guys, you are right. Cut doesn't change. Good. Okay, let's. Okay, this is okay, I think this is an important one that it's important to know, actually. I think most of you guys will get this anyway. Irana says cut, cut, and cut. That's correct. What about buy? What do you guys think about buy? Okay, bought, Georgia. Elena also bought. Jana also bought. Good. Okay. What about lend? And don't forget, guys, you've got borrow, but borrow Borrowed. Borrow is a regular verb. But what about lend? For instance, I can lend you a pen, but please give it back before the end of the lesson. So lend. You give someone Leondina. Well done. Yes, bought. So lend. I can lend you a pen, but please give it back to me. So you're giving the pen to your friend, but your friend needs to give it back to you. Okay, Yana says lent. Alejandra says lent. Georgia says lent. Dun, dun, lent. Dun, dun, lent. Yes, you are correct. Good. Lent. Good. Well done, guys. Okay, let's go with, okay. Okay, let's try this one. Draw. As in to draw with a pen. You draw with a pencil, maybe. You also got draw, as in to draw the curtains as well. Okay, Juan. Hello, good afternoon, Juan, and thank you very much for joining. Juan says, draw, drew, drawn. Alejandra goes with drew. Do you think it's for both second and third form, or just the second form? Yana says drew and drawn. Okay. Drew and drawn. Okay, so there seems to be okay. Right. Drew and drawn. Yes, guys, well done. Excellent. Good stuff. Right. Now let's start making this a little bit more difficult. Leondina says drew and drawn. Okay. Good, guys. Now I'm going to start making this a little bit more difficult. I'm going to go with words that you might not be as familiar with. So let's start off with this one, arise. Okay. Arise is to do with, for instance, you waking up in the morning, for example. Arise is to wake up. Okay, arise. I mean, look, it's a bit of a strange one because I don't think it's a word that you necessarily would learn at an early stage of learning the language. So Elena says, arise, arose, arisen. Whoa, okay. Let's see if anyone else agrees with Elena. Leondina agrees, and so does Georgia. Okay, guys, well done. Excellent. Okay, right. Let's you guys are clearly doing a very good job. So what about this one? Awake. What do we think about awake? Again, awake is to wake up in the morning. I am awake. He needs to. Yes, there will be an. Oh, actually, there's a few ways we could use awake. Actually, let's see. Leondina says awoke, awaken. Okay, maybe you guys agree with Leondina. I will stay awake. Okay. Awake. Okay, so we're beginning to see a pattern here. Awake, awoke, awaken. Awake, awoke, awaken. Awake, awakened, or awakened. Awaken. Good afternoon, Richard. I'm late. Don't worry about that, Erdogan. Thank you for joining. Okay, guys, the correct answer is awake, awoke, awaken. Awaken. Okay, so we could say, for instance, if we're going to create a passive, we could say I was awoken. Sorry, awakened. Sorry, I was awakened in the night by a loud noise. Okay. Okay, so we've got awaken here. Sorry, awoken. What did I write? Oh, let me rewrite that because I got the spell. I misspelt. Sorry. I was. I was awoken in the middle of the night. Okay. So I was awoken in the middle of the night. So we've got awake, awoke, awoken. So awoken, you're just adding an N on, okay? And that makes your past participle. Can anyone tell me I was awoken in the middle of the night, actually? Sorry, that should say in the middle of the night. Is this an active or passive sentence? Is this an active or passive sentence? Now let me know. I was awoken in the middle of the night. Is this an active voice? Is this an active sentence or a passive sentence? Is this a passive voice? Elena says passive. Georgia, passive. Well done, guys. Good. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to start to make things a little bit more difficult, as I would like you to try and put things into sentences. This one here is annoying. And the reason why it's annoying is because awakened. Oh, right, I see what's happening here. Yes, you can use awakened as well. Juan, you can use awakened. Some people do use that. That technically is not wrong. It's a bit like the next one, okay? It's a bit like the next one because there's technically more than one right way of writing it, and this is dream. Let me know what you think of dream. Dream is annoying because technically there are two ways of writing this in the past, but then there is also the second and third form. So there's more than one right way of writing this. So this one is particularly annoying. I should say it might make a slight difference if it's American or UK English. We can have a little discussion about that. Ho, ho, I don't know how to say your name. Paulo Ferro. Passive sentence. Yes, correct. So Georgia says dreamt. Okay, so that would be the pronunciation dreamt. So dream, dreamt, dreamt. Okay. Do you guys agree? Dream, dreamt, dreamt. Okay. Do you guys agree with Georgia? Do you agree with her? Let's see. Elena says dreamt, dreamed, both. Okay, so Elena is asking if it's both dreamt and dreamed. The pronunciation would change as well. Dreamt and dreamed. Iana seems to think it's dreamed and dreamed. Okay, guys. The answer to this, and it's really annoying, but it is both. It is both dreamt and dreamed. Both are correct. Erdogan says, I was a dream of you last night. Is that correct? You would say, I dreamt or I dreamed of you last night. That's what you can say. Now, which one do I use? Well, personally, I use dreamt. I use dreamt personally. You can say dreamed. I think dreamed might be more US English rather than UK English. I've always said dreamt, to be honest. Okay, guys, we're doing well. Okay, guys. I know lots of people struggle with this one. Let's see how you guys do. Fall. Fall. What do we think about fall? Okay. What do we think about fall? And then we'll now start trying to put these things into sentences, either past or maybe a passive. If you like, guys, what you can do is you can try and attempt to try and write a sentence for me. So we've got Juan that says fell and fallen. Elena says fell and fallen. Okay, guys, can you give me an example? Maybe, yes, try and give, if you want, you can give me, see if you can give me an example of how this works. Okay, an example sentence. Georgia agrees with you. Erdogan says fall and fallen. Yana says fell and fallen. So does Leondina and Irina. Okay. So Georgia says, for example, to fall in love. Okay. Can you give me a past version of this? Maybe try a present perfect, or yeah, maybe a present perfect, passive, past perfect. I fell. Joseph says, I fell. Yeah, that would be an example. So yeah, the answer is fall, fell, fallen. Okay. But it's important that we know how to use these in a sample sentence as well. Okay, let's go with. Okay, yeah, this could be a little bit annoying. Okay, I found the next one we're going to look at. Elena says, I fell down from the chair 5 years ago and I broke my foot. And Georgia says, I was fallen in love with you. And Yana says, Fallen Angel. Okay, Fallen Angel, yes, and I think that's a title of a movie, if I'm not mistaken. I fell off. If it's actually, let's just look at this for one moment. It's with the word fall and fell because there's a phrasal verb. Okay, you can fall over something, such as you can fall over in the street. You can fall off something. So I fell off my chair. You can also say okay, fell in love. Okay, so fall in love, fell in love. You can say that, fall in love. I had fallen in love, for example. I was fallen in love. I cannot say, I can't make that necessarily, but I can say I had fallen in love. So you've got fall off, fell off, fall in as well. You can also say I fell on top of you. Okay, so that is on top basically. So there's a lot of different ways you can use this. I've fallen in love. Ooh, close, Erdogan. You can say I had, so you have to go in the past. Okay, I had fallen in love with her. Okay, love with her. Guys, well done. I mean, that one is a bit of a difficult one, which is why I chose it. Let's go with, what's another good one? Okay, guys, imagine we're in a car, okay, and we've got overtake. So overtake is when you're in this car and you go past another car. So this is overtake, okay? This is overtake. I need to overtake the car in front, okay? So I need to go past. I need to go past the car in front, or I need to get in front of the car in front of me. So Georgia says overtook and overtaken. So overtake, overtook, overtaken. That is what you're saying, Georgia. Okay. See if you can put that in a sentence for me. Actually, Georgia, see if you can give me a passive maybe. Yana says over. Careful of your spelling, Yana. But I see what you're going for. And if you're going for what I think you're going for, then you would be correct. Okay. Overtook. Yep, I thought you meant that. Overtook. Yes, okay. So we've got overtake, overtook, overtaken. Let's see if any of you can come up with an interesting sentence as well. Maybe try a passive. Can anyone try and create a passive for me, or a past simple with overtake and overtook? Georgia says, I overtook her car on the road. Yeah, I overtook her car on the road. Okay. You can also say I overtook her in. So you've got overtook her on the road. You can overtake someone in a different car, like I overtook them in a Ferrari, for example. The prepositions that go with overtake. Irina says the car was overtaken by a motorcycle. Is okay for passive. Is that okay for the passive? Yeah, that's great. Juan says the leading horse was overtaken. Yes, that's another good example of a passive sentence. Well done, guys. We're doing well. Let's go with... Okay, guys, let's see. What do you guys say about this one? Say. Yana, I was overtaken. Yes, that's a very good sentence, Yana. Okay, guys, I've put out say. I'm going to ask you to give me the ways that you can put this, and also some sample sentences. Now, this is one where I can say I regularly see people make mistakes with this one. So let's see what you guys say. Georgia says said and said. Yana agrees. Erdogan says say and said. Okay, guys, let's see. Try and give me a sentence. In fact, try and give me a past simple sentence. I just want to see what you guys put in a past simple sentence. Mainly because I want to see also what word you link with said. Joseph says, I said I overtook that trouble. Overtook that trouble. The only problem here is the word trouble with the context. So you can overtake a person. You can overtake a car. But trouble? No, I think you're thinking of a different word. I will look at that word afterwards, because I think you're thinking of something slightly different with over in the title, but I think you're thinking of a different word. Okay, guys. Let's see. Can any of you create a sentence? The teacher said to write a sentence. Yes, that's good. Get over. Yep, that makes sense. Get over. That's one way of writing it, Juan. Yana says, I said him about it. And Georgia says the secret has been said. Okay. Okay, let's look at this one. I said to him. I said he. Notice there's a difference. If I'm going to use a pronoun like him or her, then I need two. So I said to him, I said to her. If you're going to go with the pronoun he or she, you're then telling a story about the person rather than what you told the person. So, for example, I said to him that his brother didn't go to the party. That's what, so here you're saying, that's what I told him. Then if you say, I said she didn't love him, now you're saying, I told him she didn't love him. So notice the difference in context. There's a really big difference in context. I said to him, meaning I talked to the person, the man. If I said she didn't love him, now you're saying you told the woman, not the man. So our choice of pronoun really makes a big difference, okay, in the context. Erdogan said, I said that my friend, I am going to Malta. Okay, if you're going to use someone like my friend, okay, I said I am going to Malta. Now, here I am not mentioning or saying to whom I speak. But if you say my friend, then you say I told my friend I am going to Malta. But this is just word linkage. I told my friend I'm going to Malta. I said to him I'm going to Malta. So we can say the same thing, but we can't replace said and told without changing the word collocation, the word link, the words that we would link with the word. Have a go, guys. Before we move on to the next one, try and give me your own example of using said in the past. It can be quite a difficult one. Let's see what you guys come out with. Maybe you want to have a go at writing two sentences like I have done with I said to him or I told my friend. It's a really big difference. So have a go. See if you can do both. And if you get it right, like the video. So I will now wait to see who tries to come up with some example sentences. Okay, let's see what you guys come up with. It's not easy. It can be quite difficult. Meaning is not always lost if you get it wrong, but in this case, if you get the word linkage wrong, you could lose the meaning that you are trying to say. So it's so important that you get the meaning right. And we'll see what you guys say. I mean, look, the reported speech is generally very difficult. I might do a lesson on it next week, actually, how to create reported speech sentences. I mean, I hear a lot of people say, I say him or she say me, which we cannot do in English. Sure, the meaning is there, but the construction is wrong. So Joseph has come in. I said yes when my brother asked me. So close, so close. I said yes when my brother asked me to help. Okay, so in terms of what we're talking about here, Joseph, perfect. You got that bit right. We just need to get the second bit right, which is just a preposition, really. And that's all. But that was 95% correct. That was a good sentence. Good attempt, Joseph. Well done. Would anyone else like to come in and have a go? Can someone write? Let's see who writes the best sentence with this. Like I said, it's not an easy thing. While you're thinking, I'll give you some more examples. I said she didn't want to go. I said to him that she didn't want to go. Like I said, I didn't think it was a good idea. Leondina has said, sorry, I said to you I was going to work. I said to you I was going to work. You can do that. You can do that. I mean, look, in terms of the grammar structure, you can do that. Typically speaking, we would say, I told you I was going to work. I think that would be the more likely one we would use. I mean, we can look at a whole thing about what's the difference between said and told. But in terms of what we're looking at here for now, Leondina, I'm going to say that's fine. Arena said, I said she is beautiful person. Okay, Arena, in terms of using said and the pronoun, well done. That is correct. But can you think of what you're missing? You're missing a word. She is beautiful person. You are missing an article before beautiful person. Have a little think, Arena. You're missing a small little word. Erdogan says, today my friend asked to me, can you come to meet with me? I said to him, I can't come. Okay, Erdogan, regarding the said bit, correct. Yes, I said to him, I can't come. I said I can't come. Okay, so, I mean, that's how we would normally say it. I said I can't come, because we already know that we're talking to him. But because of what we're trying to do here, that is fine. Just remember, though, we can't do this as well with asked. You have to go with the past. I asked my friend, okay? I asked my friend to come and meet me, okay? For example. So, Erdogan, well done. It's a good try. You're quite close. Elena said, I said she is a beautiful person. Well done. Well done. You found your mistake. Good. Good stuff. Okay. Well done, guys. This is a little bit of a difficult one, but something to look at in the future. Let's go with a slightly different one, a different word. What shall we go with? I think, Leah, let's go with this one. This one's a bit of a tough one. Actually, yeah, let's go with this. Tear. Don't tear my shirt, okay? So tear is a rip, okay? So if I end up with a rip, that's a tear, okay? So you can that's a tear as well. So you can tear paper, you can tear a shirt, you can tear your curtains, you can tear lots of things. But what's the past of tear? Okay, this will be the last one we do before the end of today's lesson. Tear. What is the last? What? Tear, tore, torn. Okay, interesting stuff. Do you guys agree with Elena? Tear, tore, torn. Tear, tore, torn. Do we agree with Elena? Tear, tore, torn. Elena, if you like, try and give me a sample sentence as well. Same with you, Georgia. Well done. You've given me the same answer. Can you try and give me an example sentence as well? Maybe you tore some clothes, or I had torn my jacket, maybe. Try and give me some examples. You can tell lots of things, actually. You can also, for instance, you can tear people apart, actually. You can tear people apart, which means to separate people. So you can say tear people, he tore people apart, for example. So you can people apart. Yeah, you can tear people apart in terms of social and friendship, for example. Let's see. Irina says the cashier tore the ticket for me. Good sentence. Yana says I tore skin on my arm. Okay, I tore my skin. You normally would say I tore my skin, or I tore skin on my arm. Usually we'd say I tore my skin on my arm. But having said that, I'm being very silly in some ways, because to say I tore skin on my arm is correct. That's actually grammatically correct. So well done, Yana. Good stuff. Erdogan says, please don't tear my book. Good. Well done. Georgia says, I tore the flag. Good sentence. Elena says, I tore my favorite dress last night. Good sentences, guys. Everyone, give yourself a like. Give yourself a like on the video, because you've done really, really well. Excellent stuff. Okay. Not easy stuff, but well done. Good stuff. I know that some of you as well are of different levels. So I'm impressed. I think you guys are doing a really, really good job here. Um, there's quite a few songs actually with the word tear, but I can't think of them at the moment. I should say, guys, listening to music and learning lyrics is a good way to learn new vocabulary. Just trying to think of the song. Um, who's it by? There's quite a few songs of Tear Me Apart. Um, Georgia says, I tore the flag. Elena says, I tore my favorite dress last night. And Paulo Ferro says, my shirt was torn. Wow, well done. You've gone for a passive and excellent. Perfect stuff. Good stuff. Well done. Okay, guys. Oh, here we go. One last one. Just before the end of the lesson, I think this is an important one that we all know how to use. Let's go with this one. Teach. What's the past of teach? Um, we'll see what you guys say. And then you can let me know in the comment section as well. What did your teacher teach you today, for example, in your morning lessons? Georgia says taught. And is that for both present, past simple and the past participle, Georgia? Georgia, yes. Elena agrees. So does Yana. Taught, taught. Okay, I can see just one slight thing here, and that would be the spelling. I know there's an or sound, but taught, the correct spelling is T-A-U-G-H-T. I know it sounds like an O, but T-A-U-G-H-T. That's the correct spelling, guys. Okay, guys, so you've got the word taught. So teach, taught, taught. For you guys who are in Zoom lessons, can you tell me in the live chat section, what were you taught in your lessons today? Let me know what you were taught in your lessons today, so we can see a sample sentence for you guys. We're coming to the end of the lesson, and I'm interested to see what you guys put. Okay, so we've got teach, taught, taught. What were you taught today? For instance, I was taught the past participle, for example. So let's see what you guys come up with. We've got 2 minutes left. We've got 2 minutes left of the lesson. Georgia says, in the lesson, I taught irregular verbs. Close. You just need to make the passive. I was taught. I was taught irregular verbs. And then that would be a perfect sentence. Georgia. Elena says, I have taught a lot of things recently. You as the teacher or you as the student? If it's you as the student, you need to turn your sentence into a passive, Elena, like I have been taught. But if you are the teacher, then you can leave it like that. I have taught a lot of things recently. So if you're the teacher, you go with the active, I have taught. If you're the student, you need to go with the passive, I have been taught. Yana says, my lesson was taught by Lorraine today. Good stuff. What good sentence, Yana. Well done. Georgia says, okay. Alana says, like a teacher. Okay, so you are the teacher, in which case, yes, your sentence is fine as an active sentence. Jorge says, I have taught a new word, tor. Okay, again, are you the teacher, Jorge, or the student? If you're the student, you need been. I have been taught a new word. If you are the teacher, I have taught a new word. So it's really important we make sure if we're writing as the passive or as an active. Teacher active, student passive. Jorge says, okay, right. So I think he's understood. Well done. I think you have understood, Jorge. Arena says, today we were taught on the topic family and friends, and we replenished our vocabulary. Okay, I see what you're going for in terms of the word replenished. More importantly, about what we're looking at today, we were taught the preposition of taught, usually about. Usually about. Okay, if you're going to go with a preposition rather than a what or how, go with about. That's all I would say there. Palos Ferro says, Richard taught me about regular verbs. Good sentence. And finally, Leondina says, you taught me a new irregular verb. Tear. Good. Well done. Thank you so much today, guys. I think all of you have done a fantastic job. You're different levels and you all have done a very good job. So well done, everyone. Everyone in the live chat section, thank you so much for writing and taking part in the lesson. Well done. For those of you who are new, welcome to the channel and thank you for participating today. For those of you who watched but didn't comment, nonetheless, thank you so much for tuning in and watching the lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. And for those of you who haven't liked the video, make sure you do like the video and share the channel with people you know who might find the channel useful and helpful and would like to join and have live lessons with the rest of us. You're welcome, Georgia. You're welcome, Erdogan. You're welcome, Elena. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful evening, and I will see all of you tomorrow at the same time at 4 o'clock. You too, Elena, and you too, Evelina, and everyone else in the comment section. You too, Yana, and you too, Leondina. Thank you very much. Bye for now, guys, and I will see you tomorrow at the same time again. Have a great evening, and thank you for watching.